Hello everyone, and welcome to this video, the second day of our full stack application. I hope that if you are here in day 2, you have gone through the day 1 of our video and our introduction video. And if you have gone through those 2 videos, then you deserve applause. You have done a good job. So in this video, we just go ahead and build other part of this application. And in this video, there are topics that we'll be covering. First of all, we'll be covering modules, routing, reloading, and modularizing your code in Angular. These are very important topics if you want to be an expert in Angular, or if you want to build a scalable application, because things like modules may help different teams of developers to work in different parts of application. And this is why the Angular is enterprise level framework, which build enterprise level applications. So I don't think I have any other thing to add, rather than if you are here and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, leave a comment. It will really help me to improve on this project or to add on something. And you like this video to help the algorithm to push this video to other people, or to suggest this video to other people. And rather than that, I don't have anything to add. Let's get into the video. Now, in day 1 of this application, we covered this homepage. We built this beautiful homepage, and today we want to start going deeper into our application and build other part. The first thing that you notice in this application, we don't have another page, we only have this one page. But in most cases, we find those other applications have different pages. Like for example, you can just go to login, it has login, and you can have pages like register, something of the sort, and you can just go into those pages and do whatever you're required to do in those pages, or what you want to do in those pages. So to start with, let's assume that we have the user who want to go first of all to a page which doesn't exist. Maybe just type random characters here, and then he is trying or she is trying to access a part of our application that doesn't exist. So we want to start by looking at routing. So let's go into our code and see how we can just add routing. And routing in Angular is very simple. We have already built for you, and this is where you can start your routing part of your application. So what we'll do is just first of all create a page that will be called not found. This is because if user comes in our application and maybe tries to access any other page just like that, then it will redirect that user to a not found page. So we start by generating that component. We'll say generate and then component, and then it will be in our components folder, and then into our it will be not found page, just like that. So let it generate, so that if we come and maybe type a location or page that doesn't exist, then it will show you that that page doesn't exist in our application. So before it generates, okay, it has already generated the part or the page that we wanted. Is just here in our components. So we just come here into app-routing.module, and then we can start now coding from here. We can just say, let's say we include an object inside this array. This is how you add some root, the root that you want. So another thing is that you should include a path. You can just say path, and you can see the auto completion. Then we want to say if the root is default, just like that. Then we want component that is home page. You can say home page just like that, and as you can see, it has already imported for you. Now, if to include a route that doesn't exist, we need to add this 2 asterisk in our path. So we just say path and then say 2 asterisks just like this, and then we'll say if user go into not found page or not found page, then it will show the not found component or page. So we just say component and then say something like not found component just like that. So now if you do this, this is the only thing that you are required to do at this part. Now another thing that we are required to do is just to come here in our app dot and then we just remove this and then add something called outlet router. This is called router outlet, something of the sort, and it should be just like this, and we can just come here and confirm if it is, this is how it should be. So you can just come here and say something router outlet in Angular. You can just confirm here in Angular something of the sort. You can say in Angular or example something. So you can just click here and it will show you how you can create this routing and something. Another option is that you can just come right into their documentation and say Angular routing just like that. So if you just search that, you can just come into their documentation and see how the routing works. So you can just go through this tutorial or this documentation and then just see everything according to the routing part or something. But it's really easy topic, and as you can see, we have done this in our app routing module. So it's just easy stuff. After that, you should include you can just start using router link, and then you can just have the other pages that you want. So after that, you can see the router outlet. It's just the one that I show you that you should include just here. Yeah, you can just copy and paste it just like that. It's the same thing. So we just now save. So now if we come into our application here, so you can just maybe go into other pages, but because we don't have any other pages, if user just try to access a page that is not there, you can see it will redirect that user to this not found page. So we just go down into just come here into our not found page, and then we can just start to create something. Maybe we can say something like div, and then we can call it container as usual, and then we can say something like h1, and then we say 404 not found, something of the sort, not found, something of the sort. You won't include so much of styling here because it is not that necessary in our application. It's just important, but styling in those not found pages is not that necessary. You can go ahead and include styling. You can include even an image that is telling the user that this page is not found. So we just say something like display flex, and then you can say align items center, and then you can say something like justify content center, and it should center the text, and maybe you can say something like margin top, and maybe give it % of 20%, just like that. And let's see what is happening here. So let's see, now we can just access a page that doesn't exist, just like that. You can see not found, form for not found, just like that. Now another thing that we need to look at is modularizing our code, and in this application we'll be having 3 modules, and let me draw for you guys or illustrate for you so that you don't get lost in this video. So we'll be having, first of all, let me delete this application here, our illustration here that we did on first day. So let me just delete it very fast. So you can just delete it just like that. And now we can see the first thing. The first module should be out. That is the first one. I can add the font size here. You can just type like 50 or 40. It will be great for us. So we can just come here into our text and then maybe include the 20 something or 20, 35, something of the sort. So just like that, and then you can say another module will be user, and then another module should be admin, that one for admin. So you can just come here and say admin. So you can just come here and capitalize this one. So it is not necessary, but I want to keep it consistent. So just like that. So we will have these 2 modules, and these 3 modules, the authentication will handle the authentication functionality of our application, and user will handle the functionality part of the user. The admin module now will also handle the functionality of that will be required for admin. So after that, now we can just go and see how modules works in Angular. So to start with, because modules can require routing, because we'll be having these modules, and then inside we'll have components like login and registering, because that's where we will include the functionality of our login and registering. Then we need something that is called loading in Angular. And loading is a very powerful thing because it helps you to load a particular part of application when you need it, and it makes the application very, very fast. So this is a documentation for loading. You can just come and just read through it just like that. And what I recommend is that you just come down here and include this, use this terminal here to include even the routing, and I will just show you what I mean. So you can just come here and copy this code here, and then come into our terminal here and then paste it. But what we need is, we need to just delete this, because we don't want a module called customers. We need to call our first one auth, and then we just call it auth, just like this. Yeah, and then now we can just generate this module, our first module, which will include the login and registering, which we'll cover today. So it has already generated that one. So another module that we will require is for the user, and we call it user. And then I'm hoping that it was working correctly. So user, just here, and it will include this routing. This command say generate module, which is user, and then add the routing in that module. So just like that. So you can see how easy it is to create some modules and routing in Angular. I feel that it is easier than even in frameworks like React. So now our third module should be admin, just like that, and then it will be called admin, just like that. And if you don't understand very well about modules and railroading, you can I recommend you come here and read from this documentation from Angular website, and then you get it. Eventually, it's very easy concept. So if you go back into our code, you'll see our modules are already created here. This is admin module, this is the auth module, and then we have the other one for the user here. So I just close these ones, yeah, and then let's go into our auth, where we want to add our login and our registering. So if you come here, you will see that we have even the routing here. You can just see the routing. The routing is just here. We have included with our commands. With our command here, this is what included it. This is --route admin or --route auth. That one included this routing here. So it is very easy to work with it. So first of all, we will just remove this. We just remove this auth component here, or it, because we don't need it. Because if you just come here, and maybe I should come here in our routing, you can see already it has included for you this route, and it is saying that if you are accessing auth route, then it will just redirect you to this module called route, and then from there now you can just come here and see our routing. The first one that is default will point into auth component. So if you come here into application here and say something like auth, it will try to access the routing module or auth module, that is. So if you do it just like that, because by default it's pointing to this component here called auth module, because it is including the component. So then we access that component, but we don't need this component because here we want just to add login and registering only. So we can just come here and remove this here, just like that, and then we will have this auth module only. So we want to delete it just like that, because we don't need it, don't need those, and it should generate some error, yeah, as you can see, because now we don't have this component called auth, and up to here you can see we don't require this. So just like that. Now we need now to add those components called login and registering. So we just come here into our terminal, and then let's clear everything. So we can just start by generating these components. So you can say ng generate component, and then we want to generate it into, now we will not generate them at our components, we will just generate them in our modules. So to start with, we need to generate in our auth, and our first component will be login, just like that. So we generate them in this folder called auth, and this will be included in this module, that is. So that is the first one, and then the other one is register module, just like that. And I will be including this code in, I will push this code into our GitHub and include the link in the description, so that you guys can see what is happening. So if you are not getting it already, just go back and see and look at this video several times, and it will help you to grasp this concept. Also, you can go and read documentation, and then just, if you are not getting, just come back after you have read the documentation. It will help you to capture this concept. So we will include these two objects here. So the first one should be for login and the other one should be for registering. So what we need to do is that to include this path, we first of all delete this. So we just say path, because it's routing also, we can say routing we need to say is for login, and then we can say components, and we can say something like login component, just like that. Don't know why it is not, it is loading, it's just loading, and I think it's because of this here. So we need to, or we just need to, let me delete first and then try to type it again so that you get advantage of auto completion rather than typing it or importing it. So just like that, and we include it because it's not auto completing for me. So we just say login component, or you can just come and say from maybe say dash angular or out or something of the sort, or we can say maybe dash slash, and then we can just go and say login and then something like component, just like that. And then now we can say login component, just like that, and then now we can include here, just like that. That was the error. So now we can add this path here, and then say register. Another path is register, and this register should point into a component that is called register component, because we have already generated it. As you can see, it is just here above here. So we can just say register component, just like that, and then we can just copy this command here to avoid repetition and to save some time. So don't know why my copy is not copying. Okay, now we can just, let me use Ctrl+C and then paste. So you can just say something like that, but now we need to go and use register, or we can just use this one and say register and then component, and then import register component here, just like that. And now if you come into our application, or we just come here in our application, you should see what is happening. So we have an error and it's telling us module not found, cannot solve .out component, and this is because we didn't include, it is because we deleted it and it should be here. So we just come here and maybe remove it into our auth component, or we can just go back and see where the problem is. So it's just here, this is where the error is coming from, because it had already been included in this module here. So if we just delete that, and we have already deleted this, now the error will be gone, just like that. So just like that, now the error is gone. Now we can just come here and then access our auth, which is our module, and our root, which will be something like login. That will be our root, and as you can see, we are accessing login page. And then another thing is that we can access this out and then register, because that is the route that we are getting into, or we have specified in our module. So just like that, and this is very powerful method or concept of Angular, because we are pointing into our module, and then now everything can be done in that login out module without any. It is independent. The out module is independent, and now we can include all functionalities of authentication in that module. So we just come here, and now we can create the login page and the authentication page. So we'll start by creating this login page here. So you need to see how the login page should look like. So just here you can just come into the final project that I did. So you can just come here and see this project, this login page here. So you can just come here now and just go to auth and then login, and let's see what we can do in this login in order to accomplish this. So to start with, I will include the div that will be a class of container there. It is not auto-completing for me, I don't know why, but we can do div, okay, or running CSS for, okay, div just like that, and then we give it a class here of container just like that, and then we have another div or another div here that we call it image. Just let me, because there is no auto completion, so we call this class here image, and the other div will be something like login. You can call it anything that you want, so we can call it div login, that is, we give it a class of login. So you can say login just like that. So that's all. Now another thing that we need now, or what I need to show you, is that this is the first div and this is the second div, and this div we have called it image, and this div here we have called it login. So that's all. Now we just come here and try to include our image. So we just say image, so we can say image just like that, and then we can say CLC just like that. Now because we have not included our image in our asset, we can just come into our pictures here and see this, and take this image here, and then we drag it into our assets. So we just cross that, come here into our pictures folder, then drag it, and then we just put it into our assets. So let's go back into our login here, and then say something like need to get up the folders into asset, and then you can say something like it is called admin login something of the sort. So and then now this should be, it should include those login forms, so just like here. So we need to add these ones here, so we can just say label email. First should be email, and the second one should be label just like that, and this one should be for the password, because we use email and password to login. So another thing now we need to include here is just the input just like that, and that one should be text, and then the other one here should be an input of password, so that it hides our password when we are typing, just like that. Now we need a button that will be clicking here, and then this text. So So what we need to do is to just type button, and we can call this button, can give it a class of maybe something like btn login dash login, just like that. And then the text here down can say spam. You can say you don't have an account, just like that, and then include question mark. Now we need to style it. Let's first of all see how it looks. So just like that, you can see the image is already there, but we have our text down here, so we need to push it to this far end of left, or just include here in horizontal. So we just come here and start styling. So we say dot container, which is our bigger div, and say display flex, and then align items center, just like that. And then you can just now come and point to our login and say something like display flex, but the direction should be of column, flex direction but column. This will make this input be in a column manner, so just like you can see here. So another thing is that we should include background color, and our background color we should get it into our Figma design, or we can just see where we included it. Just let me see where we included it in our home page. We can come into our home page and then copy it here. This is one that we want to use. Just come here and copy, then paste it here, and then we should give it a height of maybe, let's say 60 VH to make it responsive, and a width of maybe 40 VH. Let me see how it looks. We can see it is already there, so we can just maybe add something like 60-60. I think it will be fine having 60-60. Now we need to add something like padding. You can say padding, you can give padding of 20 pixels and border radius of 10 pixels, and then let's save it and see. Yeah, just like that, it is just great. So now we can just come and say style label, or we can just say maybe label, and then say color should be of SFF, that's almost a white color, and then you can give it a margin of maybe 20 pixels to create some space. And we can say input and give it and say something like outline none, and border none, just like that. And we can say padding 10 pixels also. I'm hoping you're getting what I'm doing, and yeah, just like that. And then we can now style this one here down here, so we can say something like input button, or you can just call it by the class that we give it, just like that, and then include that here. So you can say padding 10 pixels, and then something like background color, and then you can just come into our home page here, and you can copy the almost color yellow, yeah, this one, we copy it and then go and paste it here, just like that. So we can say the length of this button can be 150 pixels, or let's say 200 pixels, just like that. And I think we haven't added anything here, so you can just add the text login, and let's see how it looks like. And now you can just remove the border and just give some space here. You can say button, and then you can say margin bottom, or just margin, and you can say 10 pixel, and then border none, and give it border of none to remove that dark line around it, or border, that black border. So we can now maybe say something like let's give it 150, and let's say the padding can be of 15, and then the color can be of color -ff, just like that. And then you can give this input a border radius of maybe 10 pixels to avoid those sharp corners. So let's see how it looks like. So, and then font, you can say, okay, we can remove the, you can say margin top, just like that. And then you can also say something like font size to be of 15 pixels, and then font weight, and you can give font weight of bold, just like that. So after that, now you can see our application there. Then you can start this span. You can just come here and say span, and you can see something like margin top, again can be 10 pixels, and then color can be of color -f, and then include that as our color. And then let's see how it looks like. So it is similar to this one, yeah, but this one looks like it's much bigger, but we can include we can add the height. And then I have not added these placeholders there, so I just come here and first of all add those placeholders. You can just come here in the input and say placeholder, say enter email. This will be for guiding the user to see the requirements in our application, or what they should do in this input. So you can say then placeholder, and then say enter password there. So if we save, now we can see that these ones have been included. Now let's add the height. So we can say height, here to be, what can we give the height to be? Something like maybe 70 ph, or 80, can give it 80, and then let's see how it will look like. Yeah, just like that. Then I think we can add on this padding, and then give here cursor pointer. So we can just come here and say in our input, then let the padding be 20, and then we can give cursor pointer into our button here. So you can say cursor pointer, just like that, just like that, just like that. So all 15, just agree when it is that big, so we can give it a padding of 15, just like that. So it's great, just like that. Now we can just go, and now build the register page and give it styling, just like what we have done here. So we can just go and see how the register page looks like. Yeah, so this is our register page. It will be almost like the login page. So we just come here and say our register here, and then we start by adding the div, the container. So we just say div.container. I don't want to copy paste, so that those people who don't know how to add this thing or to just use HTML can benefit from this. So we just call this image, just like the other one. So image, and then the second div should be for the register, just like we did. So just like that, and then we'll add this text here, this one, and then input, and then this button here, and then this text here. So we just include another div. We can call it register heading, just like that. Our class, this should be a class. You can just call it a class of register heading. There is something of the sort. And then what we should do, we just copy the text. Yeah, you just and get your order prepared first and track them. So you can just copy it, yeah, and then add it here. So another thing is should include it is this input here, and just say input or label and input. So the first label should be the name or full name, I guess, name, and then input email, and then input password, confirm password. So should do like this, and then give it let's say a text, and then placeholder of enter name. So we just copy and paste this one to save on some time. So we just copy and then paste, copy again and paste, and then the last one. So this one should be for the email, just like that, and then we say enter email, just like that, and then this one should be for password, and this one should be input type of password, so that we obscure our password, and then we say enter password, and we have this other one here. You can just say confirm password, yeah, and then you can just say confirm password or confirm password, just like that. So now let's include the button. We call this button of register or btn register, just like that, btn register, and then say register. And another thing is the text. So you can say span, and then let's copy this text here. Already have an account, just like that, and then paste it here. Or you don't have you already have an account, so when you just click this text, it should take you back to login because you already have an account. So now we can go and style it. We can just give the container. You can start with container div, container, and container should have a display of flex, just like that. And then we can say something like, or we can just go and start with the image, but it doesn't matter for now. Let's first of all add the image here. So we just add text of image or tag of image, and then say go up until we get into asset folder, and then we need the image admin login image. So just like that. And before I forget, you see, before you get in your application into production, you can just compress these images so that they don't take a lot of time to load in your application. So it's just like that. And then let's save and see how it looks like. So just say save, and just come here and say some and go to register page, just like that, and see how it looks like. So you can see how it looks like. So we just come here and say, let's type the register div here, and then you need to give it this container line item center so that they align correctly in our application, this image and then the div for register. So we say display flex, and then flex direction to be column, just like that. And you can see how it is hard to avoid the flex box. I've used it a lot because it's a great way of building application and it's made work easier. So just like that. And then what we can do now, it's giving it we can give the background color, and say background color of, let's copy here in our login here, this green white color. So you can just copy it. This don't know why it is, you just need to copy it and copy it and then paste it here, just like that. Oh no, it is not working. So we just, so let me copy using Ctrl+C, and then let's paste it here. So just like that, and then you can give it a padding of maybe 10 pixels. Oh no, this one should be of yellow color, I forgot. So we need this yellow color here to keep our colors consistent. So but you can just make your application beautiful just the way you want. It's not the must you do the color branding just the way you have done. So just like that, and then see how it looks like. So you can see it looks just like that, and then you can just start now styling the other part, like register div, that is. So you can just come here and say register heading, and then you can say height of the height of 200 pixel, and then width of something like 80%, and you can give it a padding of 10%, and then color should be of white, should be white color, just like -FFF. And then let's see how it is, how it will look like. So background color should be this one, greenish color, Yeah, so you can just copy it, then paste it down here, just like that. So let's see how it looks. So just copy, that one is very big, so we can just say something like height of 100 pixels, and see how it looks like. So just like that, and then you can give the height of this div here. So we can just come here and say maybe the height should be maybe 80 VH, and the width of maybe we say 50%, and see how it will look like. So let's see. Okay, let's say margin, and we can give it, let's say maybe 30, and we can give margin right to be 30 pixels. So let's see how it looks like. So it's back and forth work, as you can see there. So another thing is, now you can just start styling the labels, and we can give this label a color of white, just like that, and then we can say something like margin to be 20 pixels. Another thing that we want to style is input. We can give input outline of none, and border of none, and then a padding of 10 pixels, and then let's see how it looks like. So, and then margin, maybe margin of 20, also 20 pixels, just like that, and then let's see how it looks. So this margin is very big, so let me remove first of all margin and see how it will look like. So just like that, and then that space is very big, as we can see there. So, and this color should be green, so we can just look at it and see how it looks like. So let me go back and style this label to be of color. Hide this color there, and then you can give it a margin of 15 or even 10, and then see how it looks like. So let me see. Just like that, it is much more better than the other one. So padding, you can add padding to be 20, and then you can just come here and now style the button dot register there, and then say something like a color of, which color is it? It's green. Is it green? Then you confirm, or red, this red here. So you can just come first of all and say background color there, and then we see the color in our home page. Just let's copy it, this maroon like color. It is just where is it? So can't get it. So maybe let's see if it is in our navbar. Yeah, so let's come here to the navbar CSS. So let's style it with this color here. Let me copy. Don't know why it is not copying, so we just use Ctrl+C. Just like that, and then let's come into our register and then add this background color here. So we need a color of the text. So let's see the color. So the color should be of white, that is. So you can just come here and say -FFF, and then what else, can give it a margin of maybe 10 pixels. 10 pixels, just like that. And then what else, you can give it a border none and cursor pointer before I forget, and then a padding of 10 pixels. And then what else, now it looks nice, but we need to style a little bit. You can just say span, just like that, and say maybe a color of this color there, and then cursor pointer, because it will be clickable and it will redirect you to login. So you just save it, and let's see how it looks like. So it's almost there. So this one should be red. So we just come and let's change. I think I didn't change. So let me see. The color didn't change, so let's copy it again. Yeah. So you can just come and paste. You can just come here and copy. You can just copy and then paste here. Let's come here at our register and then paste it here, just like that. Let me do something like that. So now if we reload, we can see everything how it looks like. But now we need to give this a font size bigger than this. This font size should be big, because as you can see, this here it's bigger, and then maybe we'll close our video there. See you in the next video. So let me format first of all this code. There is the format option. So you can come here in our register heading and say maybe the font size to be of 15 pixels or even 18 pixels, or 15 should be okay. And then let's see if we can add. Okay, you can't see there. You can see if it has added the font. So you can say 18 pixel, and let's say, yeah, it is good. So you just come here in our HTML and see this text here, and you can just give it a span here, span tag, because we need to style it correctly. You can say, let's copy it and paste it there. So you just copy and paste it here, just like that, and you can now target it, and you can say something like span heading, and then you can say register or heading, and then you target the span inside it, and we can say margin or maybe font size, okay, margin to be of 10 pixels or maybe 20, and then we can just copy this font size and remove it, and then bring it here. So now let's format this code here, just like that, and then I think it looks great. Now I think we have already achieved it. So let me first of all see what's the problem here, because our text is not showing us. It's not showing, and this is because it has been overridden with this text color here. So we need to come here in the register span and then say something like color of white, just like that. So now let's save and see. So it looks nice, but we need to give it a width. You can say a width of, let's say 80% of that container, just like that. And then let's say maybe margin of maybe even 10. Okay, and then see how it will work. So just like that. And then I don't know why it is not getting this bigger margin. Okay, now let's come here and say maybe 15, and then we can give the height here to be of the height, let's say maybe I should specify here to be 100 pixels, and then let's see here, and then let's see how it will look like. Okay, so we can give it padding of 20 maybe, and then here we should say something like the span, and then okay, so maybe we should include this to be 20 the way it was. So okay, don't know why it is not working right now. I think this video is getting longer, so we should stop here and then see you in the next video. I will have collected this text here, and maybe if you have any suggestion or you are coding along with me, you can go ahead and try to solve, and then we'll see each other in the next video. Thank you guys for coming this long way with me. I know most of you are learning something out of this video, and what I require from you is just leave a comment or like the video if it is great, and then you can just dislike if the video is not that helpful, and then leave a comment there and tell me what should I improve on. So thank you guys. I will include this code in our description part, and then you can just go ahead and look at my code, compare with your code, and then see how you can improve on your coding. So have a great day. See you tomorrow or the day 3 of this full application.